Am I on? Okay, just making sure. You guys, nobody ever thinks about this until they get further into their means and realize that they don't really consider themselves an issue because they're like so used to being themselves. It it's really like if I start this off, like I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to start this off, like just being honest. Um, you actually want to be the person that can make it anywhere. Why I'm saying that is because, for one, if something happens to you and let's say you run out of food or you may run out of clothing, or hold on for one moment. Okay, thank you. Cool beans. Okay, you may run out of clothing or you might run out of items that you need, or you might lose your job, or you may, things like that. Anything can happen, but are you that type of person that can make it anywhere? That's the type of person you want to be. hmm You want to be that type of person that can make it anywhere. You want to be a soldier. You want to stand up, and a lot of people just hit hard times, or might go through rock bottom and whatever you want to call it. But it's not about how you fall, it's about how you get right back up. And a lot of people need to hear that motivation because it's a lot of things out here that can keep us down. So you don't want to really like focus on, I figure out what that is. You don't really want to focus on, hold on. Okay, I'm just making sure. You don't really want to focus on the situation. You want to think about, how far you can get out of that situation. I mean, haven't you had a time where you got into a car wreck and you had to figure out how you were going to get out of that situation and you end up getting out of that situation? Or haven't you figured out a way to provide for your family and it was like in dying need, or you really needed to get somewhere in life that you needed things to survive with, so you end up finding different solutions to figure that out and get out of it so you can grow as an individual. I mean, look how many people are on the street, or look how many people don't have anywhere to go. A lot of people, find resources like a shelter. You don't necessarily have to go to a shelter, but if you lose something, do you know how to get back up? Or if you lose something, do you know how to get it right back like you just got it? It's saying just as quick as you lost it, can you get it right back? So people need to really focus on that. I know I usually get people who say, a lot of people come to me and they ask me, where why are you going through this situation, or why aren't you like staying over here, and why did you choose to stay at the shelter and not stay at your parents' house? Well, if you really think about it, it doesn't matter where you decide to be. Do you know how to get up from wherever you are? If I can talk right. I told y'all I get too excited when I'm trying to explain something. So I'm trying to, but anyway, I'll get better as I'm making more and more videos. But anyways, you do need to know that you need to be the type of person that can make it literally anywhere. And ask yourself, are you that type of person that can make it anywhere? You run out of money, do you know where to go get it? You run out of food, do you know where to go get it? Do you know where to go find resources? You run out of clothing, do you know where to go to budget, to save your money? A lot of people need to think about that. Most of these people that you see with money and that know how to manage it aren't spending what you're spending. They aren't, you know, just buying top-notch things when they know that that's definitely something that they can hold off on. Your average person that has a lot of money really doesn't wear, you know, things that cost a lot. You know, they find ways to get through that so they can, you know what I'm saying? They need these material things to help them. And some people don't need material things to help them get to where they need. But for instance, it doesn't take a $60 shirt or a $400 pair of jeans to make me who I am. So it shouldn't be able to be making you who you are either. So always remember that. I mean, I've had times where I just literally didn't know what to do, and I had to go find resources that allowed me to get things for free, because that's just using my mind, being creative. And I know I needed these things because it's going to help me in the long run. You know what I'm saying? You don't really have to buy everything. Some things you can find that people will actually lend to you or just give to you to have, or some things that you thought that you had that you know were that you thought you were going to use one day and you never done. You know, you've never used it. So I mean, you start thinking about using things like that. Be smart and wise. You know, if you have $20 and you know you don't have any other income for the rest of the week, what are you going to do? Are you going to save that and try to find other ways to go spend or use and gain other than using what you have? Or are you going to you know, like penny pinch out of what you have throughout the week? You have to start thinking about that. You know, people can make it literally anywhere. Some people were literally homeless. Some people were literally homeless one day and ended up getting right back on their feet again within the next week or so, because they knew how to use their resources. Now, when I was homeless at one point of time, I used my resources and I knew what to do in order to get back up. You know, I did not sit there and whine and complain. I may have whined and complained because I needed to ask someone like a family member for help and was not able to get that. Now, that's something to complain about. Or you know you've been trying your hardest and you had to just do without. That kind of sucks when you have to sit there and do without, you know, and try to find other ways. But that's when you can kind of end up in trouble a little bit. And I try to like stay away from that. So I'm not really and you know what? I think my window is open. I think I'm gonna close it because I think it can kind of hear me outside. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. But no, seriously. Be that type of person that can make it anywhere. No matter what situation it is, no matter how you get there, just remember that you have your own way of manifesting your dreams into a reality. So you really don't have to be perfect or everything doesn't have to look good, but just know that you don't have to do a lot to look good. It takes just a very little effort to do the most. And it takes the most effort to do the little. So use your resources. No matter where you are, you don't have a car, get yourself a car. Get yourself a license. You know, work towards those type of things. Work towards, you know, finding places in your community that has, you know, things that give away food. Whenever you get hungry, you have to provide for your children, but you don't have to let everyone know that that's what you're doing, because who wants to let everyone know that they're going out there to go get certain things, you know, that the needy needs? You know what I'm saying? You'll find people in your community, but you don't have to showboat it. You know, just secretly go out to like a food pantry at a church or something like that and find ways, you know, go to a Salvation Army, find some places, you know what I'm saying, that has these things. You know, if you're not wanting to ask people this because it's a little bit embarrassing to you, which is understandable. But I mean, start focusing on getting yourself right under the light. Like, do it behind closed doors. So everything that you need that you will probably be ashamed of, that you may be ashamed of, you know, or it may be embarrassing or things like that. You don't want people to know what you're going through. I'm like stuttering again. I gotta stop that. But no, seriously, no one has to know what you're going through. So you really need to just start finding resources within your own community. People that give out things for free. You know, you'll actually be surprised at who you see go out there. You'll be seeing some people that you thought, you know, had it all, or, you know, someone driving a really nice car or has a nice job or have family members, you know, but they are trying to find a way to get what they need independently as well, just like you are. So you shouldn't really feel ashamed if you're out there showboating or making people see where you walk. And you know, people are gonna look directly at everything that you do, but some people aren't even paying attention. So be that type of person that can make it anywhere. And I really stress on telling people this, because a lot of times you can't really tell anyone anything or make anyone do anything. You have to like show them. So by me being who I am and knowing that I don't have as much help as other peers do that are around me, however, they can see how much I'm able to do and manifest on my own, but I am able to use my resources around me, and I'm not ashamed to do that, you know. But however, whenever it comes to me needing some help and I'm not able to get it, that's probably like the most part right there, that I have to now find something that I can do to get my mind off the fact that, you know, I'm really wanting this thing, or I'm trying to save for this, you know, and I really need that support. So that's another whole topic, but try to be that person that can make it anywhere. And if you can be that person that can make it anywhere, you'll be able to be fine whenever tragic happens and you're struck down, and you know you're out of money, you're out of a home. If as soon as you start realizing that you can use your brain to figure out what's free, or how does the next person who doesn't have anything make it to over here, and you start to see certain people who are actually trying to make it on their own, but they're being smart and they're not struggling or stressing because everything is easy around them. They get all the free stuff to get themselves at a certain level, not that it's going to stay there, and then they work their way towards getting the better things around them. You see, and some people who hit rock bottom, you know, stress and struggle, and they stay there, and it takes them a while to get back up, but only a bright-minded person would know what to do whenever they get in that situation. So always put yourself in the right mindset that no matter where I'm at, I am able to make it wherever I am. I can get out of anything. And for my Christians, seriously, before I like stutter again, I'm going to end this video, but for my Christians, if Jesus told you that you can walk through the darkest valley and have faith, and he'll look out for you from the beginning all the way to the end, why don't you already have faith and believe that already? I'm just saying. I'm just saying, some of y'all should know this already. It's a lot of the Christians or people who are trying to figure out, you know, how to use the Bible to navigate their way in life. Where there you are, you have to have the faith. Even if you have a hard time believing what you just read out of the Bible, you're supposed to at least make yourself believe it by just saying you believe it, or just, you know, have an open mind of some possibilities instead of doubting, because you just doubted him once you just said you wasn't sure if something was going to happen. Like, why pray one time and then pray another time and another time for the same thing, and you prayed the first time and you're supposed to be having that faith and that same type of drive? See, that's what I'm talking about. Once you get that, you will understand and you would know that you can make it anywhere. So be that type of person that can make it anywhere. You'll be able to thank yourself. You'll see how great you are when you go up and up and up, and you start to see how much work you've done and all the progress. You're going to be thanking yourself so much. So guys, please do that. Pay attention to what you know you are capable of doing. You are very smart. You're a bright, intelligent person. Oh, sometimes people forget that, but you cannot forget that. And guys, I just cannot stress this enough. Do not doubt yourself. Okay? You know what makes you look good. You know what may make you not look really good. You know what I'm saying? Use your common sense, guys. Use a certain thing you can get for free first and manifest off of those things. Then you'll be able to focus on continuing to progress with whatever you're trying to do. And I don't want anyone to, not remember that. That's something that you need, because a lot of times I have been places where I've hit rock bottom and I thought I've hit rock bottom and I really didn't, because of the mindset that I have. Now, hold on now, wait a minute. And I've had people along the way, like I said in my previous video, that when I went to a shelter, a lot of people thought that I was there to volunteer or I was working there. And I had to explain to them, I'm not a staff and I'm not volunteering. I actually live here. Like, I'm utilizing this space and this time to get back on my feet because I just lost my job, or I didn't have a place to go, or I did have a place to go and I just chose not to be there. So I wanted to use my resources, which is the community shelter, and use their space to take my shower or, go to get my rest and go to sleep, or take my naps during the day. And then I head back to work and come back and save my money while I'm doing it. And then I'll be out on my own. See what I'm saying? I was using my resources, but some people will actually stay there, but don't stay there, guys. Know how to get back up on your feet whenever you hit rock bottom. And always remember this. Out of every time I've been homeless in my life, I have never looked like I was homeless. Never looked like I was homeless, because I knew where to go. I know what to do to make myself look like Chris. I knew how to be Chris and still remain to be Chris, no matter where I was. So that's why people will look at me and say, well, Chris, you are a survivor. You make it through a lot of stuff. And yeah, and that's for real. I do, because I know how to use my resources whenever I'm out there. Guys and girls, I'm not, and you are not going to degrade the value of yourself because of your situation. You show your worth through your actions and your personality and things like that. How you treat people, because people really are not going to look at you in any type of way if you're not showing it. You see what I'm saying? So if you don't show it, no one has any reason to do that. You see what I'm saying? People will respect you. People won't even know what you're going through. I've had tons of times where I've seen people in the shelter who had their own homes that they've owned. They've had vehicles, expensive vehicles, had money in the bank, had jobs. Something happened to where they felt like they needed discipline in their life, whether it was that isolation to get out of whatever environment they were in and utilize that and get back wherever they needed to be. And some people left their home to get back in their home because they needed that time to separate themselves in isolation. So when you do go to a shelter, if you're scared about going to a shelter, don't be. Why? Because you're going to meet people there who are just like you, who don't even look like they're supposed to be in there, and they don't even stay there. They don't. They go there. Sometimes they don't even stay the night there. They just go there just to spend some time because they don't want to spend time out here. And they spend a couple nights, and then, they get back on their feet, and next thing you know, they're on their way. some people are just like that. So just, it doesn't matter where you are, you're in one state and trying to go to another state. If you're trying to switch different states, be that type of person that can make it anywhere. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people like to say, well, I don't know about this state or this city, and I'm going out there by myself, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it. But you want to be the type of person that can make it anywhere. You want that mindset. And once you have that mindset, that's all the faith that you need. I mean, seriously, yes, be careful, but do not hinder your thoughts by doubting yourself, because you are so much greater than that. Always think about that. Some people don't even think about that. They do until someone helps remind them that they are special, or someone might remind them that they are a good person. You want to stay within your own means of what you're able to do, because once you actually step out of those boundaries, you'll be able to figure out so many other things that you're able to do and manifest in your life. So don't forget that. Always remember, be the type of person that can make it literally anywhere. Be that type of person, because those are the type of people who make it in life. They always say, keep your dreams, keep your hopes, believe in yourself. If no one else does, you believe in you, and you believe what you can do and how much you're able to handle and preserve as you walk. So just keep that in mind. And it doesn't really matter if you don't have a job right now. So what? There are other jobs out there. Make yourself find something that's going to make you feel better about not having a job. Look at Michael Jackson. Even Michael Jackson said, every now and then you got to leave that 9 to 5 and just go out and enjoy yourself, because you cannot sit there and put all that pressure on you when there's people out there in real life doing the same thing. You see that they're working, but you don't know that they took a week off last week, and you don't know that they took a day off and things like that, and did nothing but enjoy themselves. So if you do it, it's not going to be, a bad thing. It's just not going to be a bad thing. So just know that, guys. Be that type of person that can make it anywhere. You definitely will thank yourself. You're going to need it.